Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 8. Today we will present our material named Syntax, the Sentence Patterns of Language. So this is the part 2 of this material, and there are three main topics that we want to tell you. The three main topics are phrase structure rules, transformational rules, and optional and obligatory transformations. Okay, let's begin to our main topics. Okay, now let's begin to our first topic. So the first topic in this material is phrase structure rules. The phrase structure rules is the rules of phrases that deals with how constituents are arranged and what constituents can occur as parts of other constituents. Or on the other hand, we said that the hierarchical structure of a sentence. We have two examples for this phrase structure rules. The art of students will look at a very beautiful painting, and he will look at some beautiful paintings. Okay, we will explain the rules of phrases of both sentences. On sentence A, the rules of phrases are subject with noun phrase, auxiliary, and verb phrases, and then noun phrases with determine, adjective phrases and a noun, adjective phrases with adverb and adjective, verb phrases with verb and prepositional phrases, and prepositional phrases with preposition and noun phrases. However, on the sentence B, the rules of phrases are subject with noun verb, auxiliary, and verb phrases, noun phrases with pronoun, adjective phrase and a noun, adjective phrase with two adjective, noun with a noun plural, verb phrases with a verb and a prepositional phrases. So, in the phrase structures rules here, noun is abbreviated as N in some places and spelled out others. It is spelled out as noun when the noun can broke down further. And the example on sentence B above. The word paintings can be broken down into a noun to noun plural. The word paintings stands for plural. Differ from sentence A, the word painting cannot be broken down into noun to noun plural because its noun is singular. So, the sentence B differ from sentence A in the first noun phrase. In sentence B, the art student is replaced by the pronoun he. In the phrase structure rules for sentence B, phrases are used in the noun phrases. So, braces here means either and or. A noun phrase in sentence B can be a pronoun or an adjective phrase and a noun. So in this case, two adjectives plus a noun. An individual noun phrases cannot include both a pronoun and two adjectives and a noun. The parentheses, a constituent, mean that it's optional. For example, in the line adjective phrase with adverb and adjective in the phrase structure rules for sentence A, means that of the two adjective phrases in the sentence, one includes an adverb and the others doesn't. While on sentence B, the two adjective phrases in sentence contain two adjective clauses. So now we combine the rules for sentence A and B. The combined rules will describe both sentences. These are the combined rules. Subject with noun for noun phrase, auxiliary verb, auxiliary and verb phrases, and then noun phrases with pronoun, determine, adjective phrase and a noun, and then adjective phrase with adverb and two adjective clause, noun with noun plural, verb phrases with verb and prepositional phrases, and the last one is prepositional phrases with preposition and noun phrases.
Hi everyone! My name is Alfiza Dinda. In my part of the video, I would like to explain about Noam Chomsky and generative grammar. So, without any further ado, let's start it. For you students of English literature, especially from the Faculty of Humanities, Erlangga University, you must be familiar with this name. Yup, Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky is a name that has been immortalized as one of our beloved faculty learning spaces, but do you know who really is? Noam Chomsky, or Avram Noam Chomsky, born on December 7, 1928, is a famed American linguist, philosopher, cognitive scientist, historian, social critic, and political activist. He is often referred to as the father of modern linguistics. He is a laureate professor of linguistics at University of Arizona and institute professor emeritus at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and is author of more than 100 books on topics such as linguistics, wars, politics, and mass media. Ideologically, he aligns with anarcho-syndicalism and libertarian socialism. Chomsky is also well respected as a major analytical philosopher and is one of the founders of the field of cognitive science. Chomsky is not only well respected and highly cited academic, he has also come to be known for his outspoken views on geopolitics and great many other subjects. What is Chomsky's theory? So, as Chomsky's work continued, he posed a novel approach to thinking about language, called the theory of universal grammar. This intricate theory includes the idea that humans are genetically endowed with knowledge of the linguistic features of which language is composed and the ability to determine how those features are organized into the languages they hear around them. Now I will explain further about generative grammar or universal grammar. In linguistics, generative grammar is a grammar or the set of language rules that indicates the structure and interpretation of sentences that the native speakers of a language accept as belonging to their language. Adopting the term generative from mathematics, Noam Chomsky introduced the concept of generative grammar in the 1950s. This theory is also known as transformational grammar, a term still used today, and this universal grammar comes from our innate language faculty. Generative grammar explains how language is generated by very few computational procedures in our minds. For this reason, generative linguists works in a very abstract way, formalizing grammatical structures and mathematical terms to understand those computations. That's why it is called abstract formal linguistics. This system of rules can be analyzed into the three major components: the syntactic, phonological, and semantic components. In generative grammar, there are two terms, deep structure and surface structure. What's the difference? So, deep structure refers to the concepts, thoughts, ideas, and feelings, whereas surface structure refers to the words or language we use to represent the deep structure. Deep structure is what you wish to express, and the surface structures is how you express it in with the help of words and sentence. Well, I guess that's all my explanation to you. Thank you. I hope you can understand about that. Now, let's move on to the other materials.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anshar Syaka Prawira, and my student number is 12, 19, 11, 23, 30, and 39. So here I'm going to talk about transformational rules. So what is transformational rules? Let's say that we have two sentences A1 and sentence A2. So sentence A1, the boy passed out the candy, and then the sentence A2, the boy passed the candy out. So these two sentences above are similar, yet the form of sentences are different. It can be analyzed using transformational rules or T-rules, which can relate the surface of sentences with their deep structure. Different surface structures may have the same deep structure, or different deep structures may have the same surface structures. So we can judge both sentences, which are sentences A1 and sentences A2, to have the same deep structure, yet the sentences take slightly different forms. So let's take a look at pass out first. So pass out is an example of phrasal verb. Pass itself is the verbal base, and out in the pass out is the verbal particles or prepositions. So verbal particles can be separated from the verbal base. Sentences A1 and A2 show that preposition can be occur in either side of the direct object noun phrase. So it can be in the left or right, such as the sentence that we have that we are talking about right now is about the boy passed out the candy, and then the verbal particle or the preposition is moved to the right. So in the sentence A2, it becomes the boy passed the candy out. And then whether it is on the left or right, the rule that relates both sentences is called particle movement transformation. So I think that is all from me, and thank you for listening to my explanation, and I'll see you again after this. Okay, hello everyone, we meet again. So I'm going to explain about basic phrase markers. So here are the picture example of basic phrase markers. So let's take a look at the word that the example is. So between the word boy and past, there is an indicator stated that the auxiliary is not represented by a word such as will. Instead, the inflectional bound morpheme ed or at takes the place of a word and indicates the concept of past tense. So just as the word will indicates the future tense. So thank you very much, and yeah, I'll see you again next time.
Hello, Sofia Hamida here to explain you the continue of syntax. Continuing to Syaka's explanation, there are others on transformation that usually used in syntax. First, derived phrasal marker. Derived phrasal marker is a phrasal marker after transformational rules that have been applied. It consists of movement transformation that doesn't only explain the relationship of sentence A and B, and also it has all similar sets. For example, Lily throws up her clothes can change to Lily throws her clothes up. And it's the only one in which an element in deep structure by move from its position to other location. And derived phrase marker has topicalization. It means the other kind that creates a different focus or emphasis than the basic. For example, you have a pencil can change into a pencil you have, which means in abstract structure it has x1 plus verb plus x2 plus x2 plus x1 plus verb. And syntax has also other types of transformations. The first one is deletion. Deletion must have the same meaning with the derived one, so the transformations never change meaning. In deletion, there are two types that can use to. The first one is imperative transformation. Imperative transformation has the same meaning as the basic sentence. For example, you come here can be changed into come here. And the second one is verb phrasal deletion rules. It means that the auxiliary can or may be deleted. For example, if Stephen says he will study for the text, he will study for the test. Can be changed into if Stephen says he will study for the test, he will, without inserting study for the test. Second types of transformation is insertion. Insertion can insert words may not add meaning to the basic sentence. For example, I know he is sick can change into I know that he is sick. It means that in the sentence must be optional. And the second example, he won the race is history can be changed into that he won the race is history. That is needed repeating won the race is history that is not compatible at the first sentence. And the third one is substitution. Substitution means substitute a pronoun for some other syntactic category and it doesn't change the meaning. For example, Poppy claimed that Poppy is pretty can be changed or can be replaced to Poppy claimed she is pretty.
Hello, my name is Dinda Febri Astuti, and in here I'd like to explain about optional and obligatory transformation, also sequence of transformation. For the first one, we can talk about optional and obligatory transformation. As with phonological rules, transformation can be optional or obligatory. The particle movement transformation, topicalization rule, imperative transformation, verb, phrase, relation, rule, and pronominalization are all optional rules in English. They may or may not be applied. In American Sign Language, the topicalization transformation is obligatory. The object is always signed first. In English, the quote-unquote insertion rule as it applies to evident sentences is obligatory. It must be applied to the tip structure to render a grammatical surface structure. Another rule that is obligatory in English is called yes or no question formation. Okay, for the second ones, we can talk about sequence of transformation. A sequence of transformations could be proposed that a series of transformations would apply to change this tip structure into a surface structure. Consider the following two sentences. Did the dog chase the cat? The dog was blind. A child might say the sentences parallelly, but most adults would say, did the blind dog chase the cat? Many transformationalists hypothesize that the tip structure of the adult utterance is similar to the child's use of two sentences. Okay, I think it's all for me, and thank you. Okay, that's all our explanation about syntax, the sentence pattern of language. I hope you understand what our group has explained, and hopefully this will be useful in the future. If you have anything you want to ask further, you can ask directly in the comments column in the aula. Okay, thank you guys.